Thank you very, very much, Program Director. Good afternoon to colleagues, members of the media, but most importantly to our fellow South Africans. As we wrap up these 2 intensive days of the National Convention, we as leaders emerge hopeful about the future of our country. Much like the historic negotiations which took place here 32 years ago at the CODESA negotiations, that went on to change the course of South Africa forever, the multi-party charter of South Africa is going to do exactly the same. When I first announced the DA's commitment to a project like this back in April, there were very, very many naysayers who said that this group of parties, this group of leaders, could never even reach the point of sitting around the same table. And yet, here we all are today, signing a historic and unprecedented agreement to rescue South Africa. Today, without any doubt, I can say that this agreement has brought hope back to South Africa. I'd like to thank the members of the DA's negotiating team, Dr. Leon Schreiber and Mrs. Saviwe Garube, as well as the incredibly hardworking Mrs. Sandy van Hoogstraten, who did a lot of the heavy lifting over the course of the last 10 weeks. I want to thank Professor Gumede and his team, but also to the leaders for the robust, but I think good-natured and well-intentioned debates and discussions that we had. Yesterday, I asked South Africa to judge the outcome of these 2 days by whether or not they provide real solutions, real hope to the people of South Africa about a better future. And using that metric, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this convention has been a resounding success. We have collectively agreed on a shared vision, shared principles for a new government, and a minimum program of action to address the urgent problems that present such an existential risk to South Africa and our country's future. The 7 political parties in this charter have come together to keep the ANC out, keep the EFF out of power, and provide, importantly, a new alternative to rescue South Africa in 2024. During all of these deliberations and discussions and debates, the people have been top of mind. Because South Africa cannot continue for a moment longer under the current trajectory. Half of our citizens live in abject poverty. 7 out of 10 young people cannot find work. 80% of learners in schools cannot read for meaning at grade 4 level. The electricity crisis is destroying what's left of our economy. And communities are under siege because of crime and drug abuse. Corruption has wreaked havoc in our public service, and millions of South Africans can no longer feed their families. All of these crises can only be resolved if we remove the ANC, because they have broken South Africa. We, this charter, are going to be the ones that rebuild our country. I'm deeply grateful to the leaders who have joined hands to undertake this momentous task. However, we can only achieve a majority for this charter if we can partner with the people of South Africa. So I'm now calling on every South African, wherever you may be, in whatever corner of this beautiful country you are, that we need your help to rescue South Africa. Go out and claim your rightful ownership of this project, because this project is about the people, not about the politicians. And the very best way you can do this is by going out to register to vote. There are 27 million people in this country who did not vote in the last election. Your country needs you now, your people need you now, and this charter needs you like never before. Now is your moment. We fundamentally believe that South Africa is a beautiful country, and she's well worth the fighting for. So let's go out and register to vote in our millions and millions, and next year help this charter sweep the ANC out of power and start to chart a new trajectory for all South Africans in this beautiful country. Thank you very much.